Hello and welcome to this trauma-informed yoga class where we will explore different sensations in the body with gentle curiosity. It may be nice to have a bolster or a block for this class today, and we will do everything sitting and lying down. There won't be any standing today. So I invite you to start with me in sitting. You can sit on a block or a bolster if you would prefer. And really you can sit however feels comfortable for you. I'll be sitting cross-legged, but if you would prefer something different, feel free to do that. And you can close the eyes or keep them open, whatever feels better. And tune into your breath to start. As I mentioned, this class is all about exploring. So we can try and be as curious as possible to just notice what arises in the body as we move. And as you sit here and breathe, you may want to put one hand on your stomach and one hand on your chest. And just notice the sensation of the breath. Notice if you feel it more through your chest or your stomach. Maybe you just notice it exiting and entering the nose or the mouth. You can see if it feels shallow or if it feels deep, and you can even explore breathing deeper or breathing shallower and seeing what feels best for your body today. And in your own time, you can bring your hands to your knees if you're sitting cross-legged or anywhere that feels comfortable. And I invite you to do some circles of the body here. So circling through the hips, some movement through the shoulders, moving the body back and forth in these circular movements and exploring what this feels like. If you notice any tension in the hips or the back or the neck, if your body wants to move faster or slower, there's no right or wrong way to do this practice. We're really just learning. Maybe turn your body the other way. We make circles the other way. I'm taking the time here to perhaps feel whatever comes up that feels safe. You could do some neck circles here. Half circles. Exploring this movement, noticing how the muscles feel in the back of the neck as you do this. If you decide to do a full circle all the way around, you can see how the front of the neck feels as you do this. Maybe circling the other way here with the neck. Knowing that as this is an exploration, you do not have to continue with any of the movements I suggest. If something doesn't feel good, you can always choose something different. When you're ready, come onto your hands and knees, and we'll move through some cat-cow variations here. So once on your hands and knees, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Lowering the stomach to the ground as you inhale, head goes forward. Exhale, round throughout the back, chin to chest. And moving back and forth at your own pace. Once again here, maybe you decide to do circles with the body. Circles in the cat-cow, finding the rhythm, finding the movement that calls to you. Maybe you feel some soreness in your hips and you just want to go side to side, nourishing into that area. Maybe going back at a certain angle feels really good for the low back and you want to spend some time there. Choosing whatever works. And if you'd like, you can come into child shape. So bringing your glutes, bringing your hips back behind you and keeping the arms up, exploring this movement. Notice if the arms want to be bent or straight, if your head wants to rest or stay up. Paying attention to those sensations and seeing what feels best. You can bring both arms over to the left. Maybe feeling more of a pull to the right side body as you do so. And as you exhale, you can move the arms over to the right, getting more of a pull on the left side body. And then bringing those arms back to center for one more breath. Making your way back up to tabletop and then coming up so you're on your knees, exploring camel here. So as you're on your knees, a couple different things we can do. You can stay on your knees just like this. You can take your hands to the low back and just gently lift the chest up, noticing the sensations here, maybe a pulling in the chest or you feel a little off balance. You might decide that you want to go even further, really pushing those hips forward, bending that spine more. If you want a different sensation, maybe your body's asking for something more. You want to put your hands on your feet. Bring the head back. So choose the version that feels comfortable for you, holding here for a breath. Wherever you are, letting it go. If you're all the way down, placing your hands on your low back, coming back up. And if your hands are on your low back, you can gently lower them to the side. I invite you to come to sitting. If you have a block or a bolster, once again, you may want to sit on that. We're going to do a long sit here. So sitting, legs can go out as straight as feels comfortable. If you would prefer a bit of a bend, that's fine. If you want to put a pillow under them, also okay. And as you sit here, you can try and sit up nice and tall and see how that feels in the body. Perhaps your body is asking for a different sensation and you want to try and just reach down and bend throughout the back a little bit. Bending forward one vertebrae at a time. Maybe you want even more of a bend. Maybe you want to reach towards your feet. Find what feels good. And we'll be here for a few moments. Knowing that if something starts to not feel like a good sensation, an uncomfortable sensation, you can switch. Nice inhale. On your next exhale, if you're all the way down, you can gently roll up one vertebrae at a time. Coming to sit. Moving into pigeon shape now. Once again, bolster or block may be handy, not needed though. Back on the hands and knees. You can bring your left knee so that it's behind the left hand. Left foot behind the right hand. Back leg goes out. Knee can be slightly bent or straight. And then we are, as I'm sure you figured out by now, going to explore what happens here. So you may decide to keep the upper body up. You may decide that you want your block or your bolster underneath the glute or underneath the hip here. You may decide that you want to rest your elbows on that block or bolster. Or you may decide to rest your hands down right on the mat. And you can even explore all these different variations, noticing how each one feels in the body. Taking some time wherever you are to just sit with it. If you can, relax a little bit more wherever you are, allowing those sensations to be just as they are. Take one more breath in whatever variation you're in. And as you exhale, you can start to come out, and we'll switch to the other side. So this time, the right knee is behind the right hand, right foot behind the left hand, back leg slightly bent or straight. And again, many different variations. Sitting upright, block underneath the glute, hands on the block, hands on the floor. Finding your version for today. Spending some time here. Knowing it is always your choice to stay in or come out of the shape. Taking one more breath wherever you are. And as you exhale, coming out and meeting me on your back. And as you lie on your back, we'll explore a few twists here. So you can keep the knees bent, feet on the ground, and you could gently rock back and forth here, windshield wipering the legs, getting some rotation throughout the spine, exploring this sensation. If you prefer a different sensation, you can bring the knees to the chest and actually bring them over to one side. So you're getting more of a twist throughout the body. So choosing the version for you, spending a few breaths here. Exploring whatever arises, curiosity. If you're all the way over, you can exhale, bring those legs back up and twist to the other side. If you're windshield wipering, feel free to continue to do that. On your next exhale, coming back to center, bringing those knees to your chest, hugging them in, rocking side to side. Taking one nice inhale through the nose, letting it go through the mouth. Then you can lie any which way. We'll end the practice breathing just as we started. Placing one hand on the heart, one on the stomach. Noticing the breath here. Noticing any sensation. The breath feels different, if it feels calmer, if it feels more anxious, that's okay. We can allow it to be and be curious. I invite you to take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Once more, deep breath in and out. You continue to breathe here, exploring the sensations of the body as long as you would like. Thank you for joining me. I hope this was enjoyable. I'll see you next time.